I want you guys to see what not to be led by. Okay? We can throw money in our people's faces, but the reality of making money with any program start with you 100% believing in that business. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to Billionaires Club 101. Today I would like to talk to you about the business opportunity ACN. Last week I was invited to a presentation by a friend of mine, a pretty good friend of mine, well, a high school friend of mine. You know, we communicate and been staying in touch through Facebook. But one day I received something in my inbox asking me to come to a presentation. Didn't really give an explanation of what the presentation was. It just, if you're available on Sunday around 6 o'clock, somewhere around that time, I'd love for you to come by and listen to a presentation to earn some extra income in your spare time. Now, I definitely keep my options open in earning some extra income in my spare time. Who wouldn't? If the opportunity was the right one, I definitely would join and make sure that I'm going to try to do my best to earn money in that program. Now, the program that was presented to me, let's just go how the program was set up. Of course, I met my friend. You know, there were 4 other people outside of me and my friend who invited me to the presentation, which was at his home. 2 were speakers, and the other one was, I guess, somewhat of a speaker, kind of just tell their perspective of the business and how they are succeeding. But the first presenter who spoke, now this business is ACN. If you don't want to figure out what ACN is, you know, do your research and you'll be able to find what the acronym ACN stands for. But anyway, the first presenter, the way he presented himself is to first gain your trust. Now, the way I've been to a lot of seminars and I heard a lot of people speaking publicly, and also, you know, there's a way to bring people in to trust you first and then tell them what the business is about. So how he presented himself is, you know, going on about his education, you know, what type of major he started with, and then his career path, and then also, you know, maybe he did some investing and things like that. So it tells you that, you know, he's an intellectual type. So, you know, when he speaks, people who listens understand that this guy is a very intellectual guy. And before he looks at a program, he does a thorough due diligence and say this is the program that he's going to join. Okay, so he presented the business and, you know, touched on some basic points of ACN. And then there's another presenter who wasn't that well spoken, kept fumbling with his words, but, you know, it's not about the presenter, it's about the business opportunity. But, you know, I found some things where he said that he recruited this other person who came up after him, saying that, you know, he met this person on a huge yacht when he was, you know, doing some brunch, but then come to find out they grew up together. So outside of them, you know, that's just an individual, not ACN as a company. So it's just that, you know, when people are presenting information to me, I listen, especially when it comes to business. I listen. It's the most important thing. Then also they say that there's a one-time initial investment, a one-time investment of $499. Okay. Outside of that fee, they did not mention any other fees in regards to that one-time investment of $499. Now, when you're starting a company, you're unaware of what's going on, and to invest $499, you want to know what you get. And that's just the one-time investment, investing in yourself into a business. You know, what they say is, you know, no business is for free. I respect that. But also, when the presentation was over, I had other questions. I said, are there any other fees that is required for us to pay. Because I know some of the network marketing programs that you have to pay a fee, and then there's nothing else, but then there is something, there are other fees that you have to pay. So I just said, are there any other fees outside of that one-time investment? And the answer is yes. You have to pay a $149 annual renewal fee. $149 annual renewal fee. Any other cost? There is. Okay, what is that and how much does that cost? If you're looking to build a downline with ACN and you're able to gain access to your downline productivity, see how well your downline is doing, that's an additional $39 per month. So if you just round it off to even numbers, $39 round off to 40 times 12 months, that's another $480 plus another $150 in annual dues. Okay, so we got $480 because it's $40 a month to look at what your downline is doing, and then $149 annual renewal fee. So that equates to $630 to stay with ACN, whether you did any business or not. Now, I told my friend who invited me, that I'm going to go home and do my due diligence and see if the program is for me. The presentation was great. The information was great. The video that I watched over was excellent. Of course, that's presentation to show you the business. But also, in doing my due diligence, I just took it as ACN as a whole. I know there are some agents who were out there who couldn't perform or produce, and they're upset. They're saying certain things bad about ACN because they couldn't make any money at it. But I didn't look at the agent reviews. I went to ACN reviews, and I Googled that. And a lot of information in customer complaints came up. Now, there are some agents who, said they're brought in X amount of recruits, and they made little to no money. That's their business. I don't know if it was them trying to recruit people and not really trying to push the products. So I don't know about that particular agent. But what I do know is there's a lot of customer complaints that kind of swayed me and saying, you know what, before you invest at $499, look at other things and look at what other people are saying. Just like if I go out to a restaurant out of town, I never know anything about that. The most important things are reviews. You want to kind of figure out what people are saying about this particular restaurant or any place that you go to. Kind of know I want to know exactly what you're in store for. So my business sense says there's too many red flags. Now, when someone tells me there's a one-time initial investment of $499, I'm only looking at that one-time initial investment of $499. But then if they're saying that you have an annual renewal fee of $149, why wasn't that told to me in the presentation? Because I had to ask the question for that to be told to me. And then also, if you want to build a downline, well, what purpose does it make for you to join ACN if you're not looking to build a big business, including products and also a downline of people who are going to duplicate your system so they can become successful in turn and making you successful? So I called my friend, just told him, try to give him a call, didn't answer his phone, so I sent him an, respond back through Facebook, through our inbox, and said, I wish you best success. I thank you for inviting me to the presentation. However, I did my due diligence, looked at the company as a whole, and for me, this is not for me. Maybe for you, but it's not for me. And then he, of course, replied back, tell me what you see, because maybe I missed something, so, tell me what you researched, and hopefully I can find the same things. And I told him where I researched that, but also I told him other things of, why I didn't want to join. And then I guess he had spoke with his upline, the people who were presenting the business opportunity at his home. So I got a call from one of the speakers who's at the home that day. And, he just called me, hey, Don, hey, let me, he just says, let me ask you this question. I hear that you're, I hope to see you at our presentation. There's a huge presentation going on in the city at a huge ballroom at a hotel. A lot of people are sitting there saying a lot of good things about ACN. I was invited to it that day, but I chose not to go. So I said, you know, I wish you guys success in ACN, but for whatever reasons, I am not going to be joining the ACN. I did my due diligence based on that research. I'm not going to be joining. That person says, well, let me ask you, what did you check? I said, you know, it's just not one particular thing. I Googled some information, and I got a lot of bad red flags of whatever the case may be. So he said, you base your opinion off of Google? Not at all. I didn't base it off of Google. Other things, there's a lot of information out there, whether it be positive or negative. Just for me, if I'm trying to produce the business and my customers go and look at the same sites that I'm looking at, and they're going to sit there and say, well, why do you have so much complaints? And I'd rather not deal with it so I don't have those same kind of complaints. So that's what I looked at in a customer outlook. And then another one of the uplines actually text messaged me and kind of saying that, you know, her success, or I won't say his or her success, how much they're making, and, you know, allow my friend to save me on some services that I'm currently using, and then once I join, they'll help me do the same way. Well, I'm not into pressure sales. That's not what I do. If I say I'm not interested in your business, take it for what I say. Not a problem. Thank you for coming to the presentation. We'll move forward. But I received over 10 plus text messages, just going back and forth, not so positive, just kind of you know, why are you not joining, you know, dumb decision that you're not joining ACN, this is not, you know what, I don't want to join ACN. $499 per one-time investment, then also you got a monthly dues, then you have annual dues. You know, this should be presented in the presentation so a person knows exactly what they have to look forward to. Now, the ACN, is it a scam? I wouldn't say it's a scam. It's been around since 1993. There are a lot of complaints that have been resolved. But you know, one thing is, I'm not trying to convince my friends and family to allow me to save them services when they're already probably satisfied with the service they currently have. Now, for something like that to go wrong, and then I'm the one that they point the finger at, I don't want to be that type of person where, you know, friends and family start to shy away from me because every time I turn around, there's a new gimmick or a new business plan, and I want to lure them in and kind of sit there and, you know, test drive it with them. I don't want to do that. So if you're thinking about joining ACN and you're in a presentation, ask a lot of questions. Don't just listen to the fluff. Don't look at just the glitz and glamour and the lure of money. Because if you're going to part way with a lot of your money every month and you're not going to make anything, you will find yourself in debt. Now, one of the presenters who's come off as a very successful person was at this meeting. I asked him an honest question because he had said something that stuck out with me. He says, living financially free, you know, financial freedom, is give you the spare time to spend with friends and family and to do things that you love and like. So I asked him a question. Says, outside of ACN, what do you do for a living? He said he's in the legal / insurance field. Are you an attorney? No. You know, I just do some things. So let me ask you another question. Are you full-time at that job? Well, yes, I am. So you're telling me that you're so successful with ACN and you're making money hand over fist, and you know your downline one of your downline you brought, who said that she's doing extremely well, making over 6 figures, close to 6 figures. You mean to tell me you're working your 9-to-5 job 40 hours a week, getting frustrated when you're doing exceptionally well in this business? So I just think that's a red flag for me. If a person is making over $15,000 a month or so, and they're still working their 9-to-5 job, 40 hours a week, when they can build more, recruit, train them, make them more successful, and add on to that $15,000 a month, I would think they wouldn't work a full-time job. That's just me. Okay, but I don't know if ACN is a scam. I just think that, you know, of course, presenting the business, they want to show the positive plus sides, but also you want to also know how much it's going to cost you to get involved with the program, and how much is that going to take away from, you know, the things that you'd like to do with your friends and your family. if you're really looking for a business opportunity, look in the description box below. There's a program that I'm involved in. Has something to do with weight loss. It does not cost you any money to get involved in, and it doesn't cost you any money to look at what your downline production is doing. It doesn't cost you any money to get the free website as well. Look in the description box below. Look at the program. Look at the presentation. There's a video presentation. Look at it in its entirety. Look at it with a clear lens and say, okay, well, how much does this business cost to get started? It costs you nothing. How much does it cost to build a downline? It costs you nothing. How much does it cost to look at a website? It costs you nothing. Also, you're able to access your back office. You're provide some resources on how to promote your business. You have some training in the back office. You have a lot of tools of the trade to make you successful in this weight loss business. A lot of people are health conscious, trying to lose a little more weight. I myself is losing some weight. But look at the business opportunity down below. Click the link. Look at the presentation that's provided to you. And if it's something that you want to enjoy or be involved in, join me. But if you would like to become a customer and then we want to lose some weight, there's a link for you to become a customer. So there's two ways to be in it, whether you want to be a promoter or a customer, or you can do both. I want to thank you for tuning in to Billionaires Club 101. I hope this information was able to assist you in your journey to either join ACN or kind of just want to look at other options and see if ACN is more of a fit, or you want to further investigate and see if it's really a fit for you. But also, if you're in a presentation with ACN, ask a lot of questions. Now, if you're an ACN agent, this is my personal experience. You might be having a great success with ACN, and I wish you continue your success. But ACN is not for everyone. As for me, it's not. I want to wish everyone peace and harmony and success from now and beyond. You have a great day. Thank you.